Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and business sponsors who make these live presentations possible. I'm Jim McCoy along with Levi Annis. Becca Miracle is on the camera. We're coming to you live from the CCHS Pavilion in Medford, Oregon, and we thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show as we get set for this matchup between the Brookings Harbor Bruins and the Cascade Christian Challengers in Southern Oregon Conference 3A girls basketball action. Thank you for joining us on the home front for this local live sports coverage. TableRockSports.net. Welcome to our home and visiting fans watching today. Joe Brett is our executive producer. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. And please help Table Rock Sports going strong by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And thank you to we've gone over the 4,000 subscriber mark just real recently, and thank you for all of those who have. We're going to take a quick timeout, and then when we return, Levi and I will get you ready for the start of tonight's action. It's the Bruins and the Challengers on TableRockSports.net.
The things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people ask me, "What's that thing? Why is it so big?" RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the Start Something New sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. Jim McCoy along with Levi Ennis. We're getting ready for tonight's matchup between the Challengers and the Bruins. And you know, Levi, this Brookings Harbor team might surprise a few people, at least in terms of their performance so far this year.
You know, I think so, Mr. McCoy. But you never know. I mean, they're going to have to keep up with the pressure from Cascade Christian. I mean, our full court press, we really get the teams with that.
You bet. Well, it looks like Brookings coming in with a pretty solid record on the season. And, you know, even with the impressive start the Challengers have gotten off to, Brookings Harbor's just a game behind.
Yeah. I mean, besides the Henley game, we've been playing pretty good. And Henley's a good squad, so that was a tough game. But in league, I mean, no teams could really compete with the press, like I'd said, but...
Well, for those Brookings Harbor fans that might be watching down along the way tonight, if you think about, and I know you've seen quite a bit of the Challengers through the season, what do you think are kind of the trademarks of this Challenger team? What do you think has really fueled their success?
I think it's really like the full court pressure, and then the three ball from Izzy is really, we really rely on that. Angelica Arce, she kind of gets us started in the first quarter, and then we start leaning more on Izzy and Jordan Jones.
Well, I think that's one of the things that you mentioned is that I can remember when back in the day, maybe a couple of seasons ago, it was pretty much the Jordan Jones and Timna Robertson show in terms of getting points. You would get contributions here and there from other players, maybe like Emma Coates, who's a little bit more known for her defense. But, this year they're getting quality shooting from a number of different sources this year.
Yeah, I agree. They really rely on the three ball. And when it doesn't work, they can go down to Jordan, but she's a little bit shorter for a post player, so it's a bit tougher for her.
Yeah, well, what's interesting about Jordan, one of the things you have to like about her is she can do so many different things well, that besides working out of that low block, she's got range out to the three-point line. And then also she can work the boards pretty well. And she's a pretty good ball handler, too. I kind of like how it's not just one person for Cascade. If you're going to try to press the challengers, it's like, well, they've got several people, actually, who can handle the ball pretty well.
Yeah, they play pretty good together. And I also do see, like, the young squad that the challengers have, like Kinley, she's taller, so I think as she develops more, they'll have a better post presence. So,
well, that'll definitely be, great for us. We got some other people I know lately off the bench. Bryn Coppage has been pretty strong. I think she's another person, in addition to her shooting, she can give the challengers ball handling. And so while there's a lot of good current talent on the team, thankfully you can see some people waiting in the wings who are only going to get better as they grow and get older.
Yeah, I fully agree with you.
So anyway, right now we got the challengers getting set to make their way onto the court. Looking at the league standings for the Southern Oregon Conference, the challengers come in with an unblemished league record of 4-0, a 12-4 overall record. And Levi mentioned a little bit earlier how the challengers, their most recent defeat came at one of the best 4A teams in the state in the Henley Hornets. But, and I think probably you would agree from your own experience of playing soccer and playing tennis here at Cascade that you get better by playing people who are better than you.
Yeah, you do.
So that's been good for them. But right now, when you look at the challengers, since the beginning of the new year, they have a record of 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 6-2, 7-2 in the month of January as this month comes to its conclusion. So that's that's a good sign for them moving forward. I mentioned it to you earlier, but I can't remember the last time. The boys program, of course, has been solid for years, but we're at a point in time where both teams had identical records.
Yeah, the boys have been pretty solid for the past few years. The girls, they were okay last year. I know they made the playoffs, but they weren't as good as the guys for sure.
Well, and I can remember it wasn't too many years ago that the challengers didn't win a league game. They were like 5-15 overall, so they've come a long way in a short amount of time, and really wishing the best for the senior squad. This portion of our pregame show is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, with locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon. Make Abby's Pizza your postgame stop. With a menu that covers all your family favorites, Abby's is an Oregon postgame tradition since the 1970s. See you after the game at Abby's. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will give you the starting lineups and get it all going for you right here on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Rod here from Medford Mattress. We're all about helping you save money on a super comfortable, healthy night's sleep. We have low prices, special no-interest financing, and free local delivery. That's right, free local delivery on brands like Simmons, Beauty Rest Black, Serta Perfect Sleeper, Beauty Sleep, and more. So if you want to save on a comfortable, healthy night's sleep, come to Medford Mattress, downtown Medford, and see what you've been missing.
And welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. We're going to get ready to meet the starting lineups as brought to you by our public address announcer, Mr. Tim O'Sullivan.
First to be is against Bruins of Brookings High School. A senior, number 0, Amelia Bruce. A senior, number 3, Katie Babb. A freshman, number 10, Sawyer Adams. A junior, number 32, Ella Janelle. The Bruins head coach is Tara Miller. The assistants are Hannah Dadich and Sydney Alexander. The Bruins come in with a record of 11-8. Their league record is 3-1. Cascade fans, are you ready?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for tonight's contest. Glad you can join us. The challengers come out in their home white uniforms with purple numerals. and gold trim. The Bruins in their road blue uniforms with white numerals and gold trim. The Challengers will move from right to left from where we sit. Emma Coates will jump center court for the Challengers. And we've got Ella Renault. Actually, that'll be Addison Hodges. Challengers control the tap. The game is underway. Challengers start out on offense. Izzy McCauley, Challengers' leading scorer and one of the top 10 in the state for scoring, handles the ball. Coates, feed at high post for Jones. Jones to Arce. She lets it fly, and it rolls off. Rebound by the Bruins. Grabbing the rebound, Amelia Bruce, wearing the face guard. Going to assume that she must have recently suffered a broken nose. Shot from the corner by Jaden Babb. Challengers grab the long rebound. Grace McCauley to her cousin Izzy. She moves to the hole and one. Well, Levi, we've seen this movie before, and this usually is a good sign.
It is indeed, man.
Izzy at the free throw line. Going to try for the three-point play. Shot is up. It's in the bucket. It's good. One thing I've noticed, Levi, this Challenger team is good from the free throw line.
They're very good.
And, of course, you shoot your free throws, you're going to win a few games doing that.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Brookings with the ball, trapped for a moment. Sawyer Adams, steal by the Challengers. Izzy McCauley outruns the posse, misses the shot. Jones tries to grab the rebound, but it ends up going out of bounds. It'll be Challenger basketball. Grace McCauley, she'll take care of the inbound. Loops it for Jones. Jones, bounce pass for Coates. Arce. Grace. Jordan will let fly. Her shot rims off. Good hustle there by Arce. And Jones steals it from the Bruins. We'll swing it for Coates. Now Grace McCauley. Her shot off the back iron. We'll have to see what this is all about. Looks like it's going to be a call against the Challengers.
Yeah, I think she pushed the girl in the back on the rebound.
Well, Emma gets her money's worth when it comes to fouls.
She does.
She's got 5 to work with, and she'll usually at least use 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
But I think what that tells you also is that she's defensively an aggressive player.
Yeah. I feel like all of them are pretty aggressive on defense, especially with the full court press.
Speaking of full court pressure, Challengers present it to the Bruins. Babb with the basketball gets across the timeline at midcourt. She'll pick up her dribble. Adams going to drive, kicks it out. Hodges. She'll try to make a move, but she's triple teamed in the post, and her shot in and out. Well, I think that's one of the things that's changed for a lot for the Challengers in a good way, and I think it, speaks to the experience of the seniors they have on the team. But their basketball IQs have gone way up in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I agree.
Emma Coates, she had 16 against Lakeview on Wednesday night.
Yeah, she was playing pretty good, especially from 3.
Meanwhile, dropping it in, Sawyer Adams gets Brookings Harbor on the board. It's a 5-2 game, 5:39 to go in the first. Grace McCauley tries to make a move, but there to block it is Renault. Driving the baseline, McCauley, 2.
Usually when Izzy starts off hot, the game's going to be pretty good for the Challengers.
Well, I've noticed in recent games, it seems like usually it's Angelica that gets the team started. She'll bust a 3. It's like, I think sometimes teams get so busy focusing on Izzy, they leave other players open. Angelica takes advantage, and then they realize, I guess we need to pay attention to her, and then it begins to spread the floor.
Yeah.
Adams takes the inbound and tries a pass for Hodges, and again, that's where we see the defense coming into play. kind of flustering the opposition.
Yeah, you really can't make any mistakes on this side of the court.
Coates will take the inbound. Picked up there by Jaden Palmerin. Bounce pass inside McCauley. Check that out, Levi. 7 of the 9 points the Challengers have come courtesy of number 15.
Yeah.
Wasn't it you guys in high school say she's a bucket?
She is a bucket indeed.
Meanwhile, still by the Challengers. Out of backcourt comes Jones. She outruns the posse. She scores. Timeout called on the floor. We will take one as well. John L. Scott scoreboard, 11-2 Challengers. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Challengers up by 9 with 4:43 left to go in the first. You made a good observation during the break, Levi, about one of the things you like about the Challengers offense.
Yeah, I think it's really a team effort out there. They're all getting assists. They're all getting rebounds.
Yeah, it's not just one person. I mean, it's kind of really like pick your poison. If Izzy doesn't get you, Emma might, or Jordan might, or Angelica might.
Yeah, usually Izzy will end the game with the most points, but it's because of like the steals and the assists that the other players are giving her.
That's right. Adams tries to swing a pass. Active hands defensively there by Jordan Jones. And there's a case where they don't get a steal, but just with getting their hands in the way, it disrupts the flow of their offense.
Yeah, they kind of block the paint out a lot. There's no real way to get down there without getting 3 people on you.
Claire Pieper in the game. And the Challengers create the turnover. And we don't have an official count here on this, but Challengers have definitely frustrated the Bruins defensively.
Yeah, definitely.
Coates out of backcourt. Picked up by Pieper. Pass up top to Arce. Angelica shaking and baking out of the backcourt. Drives to the hoop. And she shows us she can do more than just shoot threes.
Yeah. She's been driving a lot more recently.
And we have a foul called against Jaden Babb. For the Bruins, that's 2 team fouls. Challengers have 2 as well. Coates with the basketball. Tries to get a high post for Jones. Overshoots the target, but Grace McCauley there. Now Izzy's going to fire. Her shot rims off. Ball out of traffic. McCauley runs it down. Now to Jones. Tries to go inside for Grace McCauley. Jones gets a look. Shot rolls off to the left. Coates is there. And the ball last touched by Izzy McCauley. It'll be Bruins basketball. The Bruins coming off a victory against North Valley a couple of nights ago. Beat the Knights at home by 6. The Challengers, meanwhile, come off a road victory against Lakeview. And you know from your soccer playing, that road trip is tough.
Yeah, it's not a fun road trip. There's really nothing out there.
Well, and it's a long one.
It is. Yeah, I think it's about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 in a bus.
Coates, her shot in and out. And a battle for the ball underneath, and it will be the Challengers keeping possession. We're at 3:07 left to go in the first. Challengers up by 9. Jones with the ball. Izzy. Guard-to-guard exchange. Arce going to swing it out. Little motion offense here. Jones in the low post. Bounce pass. Arce will fire a shot just off to the left. And there's the rebound by Renault. Bruins out of backcourt. Bruce with the basketball. And then driving to the hoop, knocking it down, Sawyer Adams. Quickly up the floor, Grace McCauley from the baseline. Her shot just a little bit short. Jones tries to fight for it. Bruins going to try to cut into that 7-point lead. Bruce with the basketball, cross court to Babb. She'll drive and now firing from the corner. Shot in and out. And the rebound by Coates. Well, it's another thing about that Challenger team. You don't have just one person who gets rebounds, but you have several on the team that are good at that.
They're all good at rebounds, and then Julia Brem, who's about to check in, she's pretty good at rebounding as well.
And meanwhile, making a move to the hoop, McCauley, she's got 9 in the game. It's 13-4. Well, between her and Kinley, you got a couple of players that give the Challengers some height they didn't have last year.
Yeah, they're pretty tall.
Well, one of the things that impressed me, Levi, I was watching Kinley warm up today. She's actually starting to develop some range on her shot.
Yeah, I think they'll start to develop her at practice.
Yeah, it just takes time. Checking in will be Julia Brem. Arce will go ahead and take a well-deserved breather.
It also helps, though, with like the amount we're winning by in league, that the people who don't play as much because we don't have a JV, they do get that playing time.
That's right. Challengers a little short on numbers, so, well, it gives Coach Coley a deep bench in varsity games. Like you're saying, Levi, the games, you know, there have been enough games where the separation was such you could get Kinley into a game, or maybe like Amelia Madden and some of the other players. And meanwhile, we'll drive the other way. Emma Coates. She's got 4 in the ball game. We're inside a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. Adams swings it for Renault. Adams, her jumper, short. And we have a collision there along the baseline. And that's going to go Julia Brem. Challengers, that'll be 3 team fouls. Morgan Samhammer in the ball game. And that's another player I think of who brings some physicality to the team.
Yeah, I think Julia and Morgan being down there, it's more physical than a few of the starting lineup players bring.
Meanwhile, Brem with the basketball. She drives, kicks it out for Jones. Coates has a look. She knocks it down. Coates with 7 in the ball game. Adams, 6 seconds left to go in the quarter. From downtown, Palmerin lets it fly. Brem with the rebound. And that will end the first quarter of play. Your John L. Scott scoreboard shows the Challengers 18 and the Bruins 4. We'll take a timeout and we'll be back. But the second quarter of play here on TableRockSports.net.
To stretch their budget this January? That's pretty much all of us. That's why Abby's is offering this giant pizza that can feed up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 hungry people for less than $27. Now, that's an Abby's budget stretching deal. Worried about a no-fun January? Not at Abby's. Dine on our Bacon Cheddar Special. It's delicious and loaded with toppings and real cheese. Plus, it's on sale, and the kids can play some video games. Enjoy fun January at your local Abby's.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Check out the new sports voice in Southern Oregon, the A Sports Radio, AM 1300, FM 107.9, and streaming live at theasportsradio.com, featuring 5 live NFL games a week, the A Sports Radio. Bruins come out of the break with the basketball, drive to the hoop, and a whistle and a foul against the Challengers. And, of course, we see Coates heating up for the Challengers, and you made an observation about just, how she's come on lately.
Yeah, Lakeview, she really started to shoot well from 3, and then as you saw the 1-3 today, she drained it. So
first free throw attempt is good. At the free throw line, Amelia Bruce. She misses the second. Offensive rebound by Hodges. And that'll send her to the charity stripe.
Yeah, with the physicality Julia brings, she also brings a lot of fouls. But
for the Brookings Harbor, they're a young team. Only 3 seniors on the squad. Bruce and Babb and Palmerin. Remains an 18-5 ball game. Second free throw attempt on its way, and the bank is open on Friday night. 18-6 your score. Bryn Coppage in the ball game. Also in the ball game is Van Landingham. A steal by the Bruins. Coppage trying to fight for the ball. She gets the steal, goes on the break, and she scores. Bryn Coppage with her first bucket of the ball game extends the Challenger lead to 14. Firing from long distance, overshooting it is Babb. Offensive rebound by the Bruins. Adams going to try to drive against Coppage. Denied entry. They'll kick it out. Bruce, Adams. She'll go to the hole and she banks it home. McCauley with the basketball on the left wing, up top for Coppage. Round the horn it goes to Van Landingham. Izzy McCauley on the drive to Bram with the left hand. 2. Just like soccer, Levi, ambidexterity is a good thing.
it is. It's better when they can lay it up with their left hand.
Going the other way, Adams. It rolls off there with the rebound is Samhammer. She'll outlet for McCauley. Isabel to Coppage. She'll try to drive the baseline. Good defense there by the Bruins. Van Landingham. Izzy swings it for Coppage. Try to work it inside. It's broken up for a moment, but Samhammer has it. Kicks it out for Izzy McCauley. And the Challengers keep the basketball. 5:50 left to go in the first half of play. McCauley shoots. McCauley scores.
You can tell they look for that's their go-to player. So
she's got 12 in the game. Her receiving average is right around 20. Bruce with the basketball, feeds it inside. Renault. Samhammer with the defense, but maybe got caught with her hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Samhammer whistled for her first personal for the Challengers. That's the third team foul with 5:29 to go in the half. Ella Renault, the junior, makes the first free throw attempt. Izzy will come out for a breather. Emma Coates returns. So does Jordan Jones as Julia Brem comes out. Second free throw attempt. That one's good. Coates out of backcourt. Coppage. Round the horn, Van Landingham. She started out the season on the injured list and add some more depth to the challengers. Shot off the glass. And Adams will bring it out of backcourt. They'll kick it out, and Hodges will shoot. Off to the left, no good. Out of bounds. It looks like the Bruins are trying to get some perimeter shots off. They're just not getting them to fall.
Yeah, they try to drive in, but all three of the Cascade girls, they just collapse on them. So they have to give it back out to the perimeter.
Picking up her dribble there is Claire Pieper, who's back in the ball game. Adams will drive, goes to the hole. Van Landingham there with the defense, but she'll be whistled for the personal, and that will send Sawyer Adams, the freshman guard. Check this out, Levi. There are 5 freshmen on this Brookings Harbor roster.
They'll probably be good in a few years then.
Yep. Kind of got to go through those growing pains first.
Yeah. Cascade, we're kind of at the end of that. We got mostly seniors, but decent young group.
Second free throw attempt. That one's off target. Jones out of backcourt. Bounce pass. Coates. Arce on the wing, and that is broken up there with the defense is Ella Renault. Adams on the drive, guarded by Coppage. They're a tie-up there. Alternating possession points the Challengers' way.
Oh, yes, he called a travel.
Huh?
He called a travel.
But one of the things I liked what I saw from Bryn on her defense there, sometimes a younger basketball player won't pick up on it, but really you play defense with your feet.
Yeah.
Getting that position in front of them. You try too much with your hands to swipe the ball. That's when you get called for fouls. Samhammer. Well, Levi, I believe the bank is open.
It is open tonight.
Hey, they don't award points for style. We'll take it. Meanwhile, on the drive, Pieper with it. Now for Bruce. Ball goes out of bounds. I'm going to assume with that face mask that she's got on that Amelia Bruce must have recently broken her nose.
Yeah, she probably got an elbow to the nose.
And I know this from my own personal experience. Got one of those as a junior. That's what a little guy gets for trying to go in and crash the boards.
Yeah, I bet it's not fun.
I tell you what, there's some crashing all right. And the thing about a broken nose, it hurts like the dickens for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then you don't feel any pain at all. Yeah. Then you go to the doctor, they got to straighten it out. And that's...
Yeah, not fun.
No. Bryn Coppage catches every bit of the rim, gets it to fall. She's got 3 in the ball game. And a timeout called by the Bruins. They're going to take a 30-second timeout, and that'll give us a chance to welcome our newest sponsor, Twin Creeks Retirement.
Call Twin Creeks Retirement today for more information.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, Jim McCoy along with Levi Ennis and Becca Miracle working the camera this evening. Got the Challenger girls right now, then the Challenger boys will be in action at 7 o'clock, and also we'll be bringing that to you on Table Rock Sports. Coppage with the second free throw attempt. She goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Tell you what, the way the boys shot from the free throw line Wednesday night, I think they could learn a thing or two from the girls.
Yeah, they kind of had a rough night shooting over there.
Yeah.
But it's not really easy to play over at Lakeview.
No, it's not.
We went over for soccer, and it was kind of a rough game for us.
Yeah. Well, I thought those basketball games would end up being rougher than they were. And actually, as it was, the Lakeview boys played the Challengers pretty tough in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Morgan shoots. And taking the weak side rebound. Coming out of backcourt is Sawyer Adams. She gets the bounce pass from Pieper. And we have a whistle stopping play. Sienna Wilcox in for the Challengers. So the Challenger lineup for you, we got Coates along with Arce, Wilcox, Jones, and Sam Hammer. Now Kinley Davis and May Ferreira checking in the game. The foul by the Challengers puts them in the bonus. Foul called against Coates. That'll be her second foul of the game. Adams at the stripe. First free throw attempt is good. Adams, leading scorer by far for the Bruins with 8 in the ball game. Second attempt on its way. That one short. Davis with the rebound. Wilcox to Jones. Challengers keep it in their backcourt. Ferreira right in front of the Bruin bench. Jones making a move to her right, now left. Trying to work against Babb. Davis in the high post. Arce. Now Davis has it taken away. There with the steal is Johanna Larson, Jr. Checking into the ball game and making a difference. There, though, Adams on the drive, and she loses the handle on the ball. Addison Hodges, number 33, checks back in for the Bruins. So both these teams pretty liberal with their substitutions.
Yeah, they kind of sub a little.
Wilcox misses the jumper. And we got Bruce out of backcourt, being hounded by Ferreira. Bruce with it. Then for Babb, they go inside, and Hodges on the drive. And a whistle and a foul will go against the Cascade Christian Challengers.
I think that's how Brookings will get most of their points tonight, kind of driving into the paint and then getting fouled.
And that'll go against Kinley Davis. That'll be her first personal foul of the ball game. Challengers already into the penalty. Hodges with one on the night. Stays there as that first free throw attempt's a little bit long. Yeah, looks like we got a substitution in the ball game, Levi.
Yep, Grace McCauley in for Angelica Arce.
You know, one of the things I like about Grace, she's the one that kind of specializes in doing the little things.
Yeah, she's a pretty good rebounder.
Yes, that being one of them. You wouldn't think of somebody, because she's not especially tall, but she executes good fundamentals to block out and get her opportunities and also pass the ball.
I do think she needs to shoot a little bit more.
I don't think anybody would complain. Challengers come up dry on that attempt. Out of backcourt, Adams. Bruce try to drive against Grace McCauley. Hodges with the ball. Pass almost broken up by Ferreira. Hodges makes a move to the hoop. Shot off target, no good. Larson with the rebound. Bruce will shoot. And she buries it. Bruce with 4 in the ball game. 50 seconds left to go in the half. Wilcox swings it for Jones. Jones starts to make a move. Looks like she was kind of trying to get started on the Euro step.
Yeah, she kind of got stopped by the player in front of her.
Well, this one's going to go the other way. Renault back in the ball game as Johanna Larson comes out. 32 seconds left to go in the half. And then coming up, we invite you to stick around as special guest Kellen Klecker pays us a visit on a quick break from Grand Canyon University. Adams on the drive, and she traveled with the ball. Jones, Ferreira, bounce pass in the high post to Davis. It's broken up. Hodges. Adams will let it fly. Nothing but glass. And that will end the first half of play. We've got 16 minutes of basketball in the books, and the Cascade Christian Challengers lead by 14. We invite you to stick around for Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report with updates on winter and spring activities. Visit playmedford.com for the latest recreation guide. All the sports leagues, classes, and special events await you. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. At the half, the Challengers lead by 14, 29-15, and it is my privilege at this moment to welcome into the booth the women's basketball team manager for the Grand Canyon University Lopes. And I'm talking about Kellen Klecker, who spent a fair amount of time in this gymnasium over the years, not only as the volleyball coach's son, but also as a basketball player himself. Well, it's good to have you in town this weekend.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join with you, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you for a couple minutes.
Now, you got a season going on, so how did this opportunity present itself?
Yeah, so actually we have 10 practice guys that we all kind of rotate on traveling. So I went on the last trip to Texas. We played Abilene Christian and Tarleton State. And so they then took a couple of different guys to Seattle because we're playing Seattle. We played Seattle, and then we're going to play Utah Valley tomorrow. So they took a couple of different guys, and I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. I really wanted to watch my brother play at least one more time. So I talked to my mom, talked to my dad, and asked if we could make this happen. And sure enough, I'm here, and I get to watch my brother play tonight.
Well, working with the women's basketball program, update us on how the team is doing this year.
They're doing great. We're really a team that's, I would say, hard to stop. We're 19-2, and we are on I want to say 18 game winning streak, which is crazy. Maybe it's 20-2 because I think we're on an 18 game winning streak. We just broke the record for the longest winning streak in program history at GCU. So the girls are playing really well, and it's definitely been fun to be a part of the program.
Well, I think for a lot of people, obviously, there's been quite a pipeline that has developed between Cascade Christian and Grand Canyon University. A lot of boys basketball fans know that Austin Maurer is playing in the men's program right now. But for those that are not so familiar, in reality, it's a pretty amazing school there in terms of what they got. And I think even for me, much bigger than I originally realized.
Right. No, it's, I didn't really know about GCU until Austin introduced me to it, and him and I went down there, visited, and I really liked it down there. It felt like home. So shout out to Austin for giving me the opportunity to visit with him and get to see kind of what it was like. And then, I got down there and saw that there was a manager position that I could possibly take part in, and being able to step into that role has really been a privilege for me.
Well, talk about maybe some of the things that you have gained and are continuing to gain from that experience, because I don't think a lot of people really have much of an idea, unless you're one yourself, what a team manager might do.
Right. So I'm a team manager and a practice player, so I get to go to practice every day. I get to see all the behind the scenes stuff, go to games, be a part of all that. So I go to practice, and we do stuff like all the behind the scenes work. So like waters, do all the waters, set up for practice, make sure the coaches have everything they need for practice, stuff like that. And then we show up, we have to learn all the scout, make sure that. So pretty much for the scout, we're all assigned a player that we have to play like in practice.
Okay.
So you play like your player, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, we take down practice, it's just that on a day-to-day basis. And so it's really cool because you get to pretty much see all the behind-the-scenes work, and then, you get to see all of the behind-the-scenes work go into play when we play games. So it's really neat to see kind of how much work the girls really are putting in behind the scenes, and now then it comes to the light, and it's really cool to see them shine.
Well, you got to be a part of the three-peat with the Challenger boys basketball program, and Coach Morris, as you know, is closing on 700 career wins, and so you know that you got a chance to be a part of one of the best high school programs in the state. But compare and contrast the college game to high school, because even though we had a good high school program here, I imagine it just really ramps up at the college level.
Yeah, it's insane. High school, you think it's a lot coming to practice every day, but in college, it's kind of that's what they're there for. Mm-hmm. You're there to show up, play basketball. Obviously, school too, but one of the biggest reasons you're there is to play basketball. So you're there practicing every day, putting in extra work, stuff like that, and it's a lot. You don't really see a lot of people stay after practice, and at the high school level anyway.
Yeah.
And then you kind of you're seeing 3-4 girls every single day before practice. One of our the best shooter in the country plays for us actually, and she's in the gym every single day, 500 shots before practice, 300 shots after, and she's showing that her hard work's paying off. And yeah, she's actually, I think she's the number one. She's the number one. She leads the nation in three-pointers made per game. So it's just nice to see that all of her hard work is going to pay off, because I know she's one of the hardest workers I know.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, it's quite an opportunity, quite an experience. Well, glad you got a chance to come up here this weekend, and now you'll get a chance to watch Brady play a little bit. There's a little bit of an over-under every night as to how many times I mistakenly call Brady Kellen.
Oh, of course. I love it. I love it.
And then, of course, now I understand he's got a nickname, KJ.
Yeah.
Klecker Jr. Although, now guess this. Who do you think I think on the boys, Challenger boys, whose game most closely resembles yours? Who do you think I would say?
Oh, man. Let me think. I would say...
Because this kid's got probably for every 2 he takes, he shoots 2 threes.
Hudson Gottsman.
Yep.
That's all you had to say.
To me, that's the Klecker Jr. on the team. But anyway, that's really cool.
That's my guy.
Thank you for stopping by, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Kellen Klecker, graduated from Cascade Christian High School last spring and is now studying at Grand Canyon University and working with the women's basketball program. What an incredible opportunity. We're getting ready to start the third quarter here as Levi grabs the headset and we get going. The Challengers start out the second half with the basketball. Arce over on the left wing, right in front of the Challenger bench. Grace McCauley, Isabel. Coates will shoot. That one a little bit short. Izzy with the rebound. Can't get it to go, but there's Grace. Well, you talked about her rebounding. We see it again.
Yeah, she's really helpful with that. Gets the rebound, dishes it out.
She's got an opportunity here, but instead kicks it out to Izzy. Her shot is good. And Izzy has over 100 threes for her career. And just last Friday against St. Mary's, passed 1,000 career points, spending her first 2 years at Crater and her next 2 years at Cascade. Now, she's a good volleyball player, too. If you were to say, which one of the sports do you think she's best at, which one would you say?
I'd probably say basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She's a real good shooter.
Yeah.
Volleyball, she was pretty good.
Right.
But I just think she just has the skills to be a better basketball player.
Jordan Jones with her second bucket of the ball game. There's another player for Cascade with over 1,000 career points. Now a steal by Coates. Coates going to get on the fun. She gets it to go. No, I think I would agree with you. I think she could probably go either way with it, but I think between her shooting and ball handling ability, she's got decent height to play a backcourt position.
I think she has pretty good height. Volleyball players, I think, are usually a little bit taller.
Yeah.
So that's why I think another reason she'd be a better basketball player.
I wouldn't disagree. Meanwhile, pass goes inside. Good teamwork there by the Bruins. Adams banks at home. 36-17 your score. Out of backcourt. Babb to Bruce. Guard-to-guard exchange. Babb starts a drive. Renault gets the loose ball. Out of Bruce, and there with the defense is Grace McCauley. They'll work it over in the corner. Babb will shoot. Shot in and out, no good. Good hustle there on the offensive glass by Sawyer Adams. They'll swing it around. Adams from Bruce. Cross-court pass. Babb. Feed it inside. Hodges. But Jones is there with the defense. McCauley up the floor to Coates. She floats to the hoop. 2.
We were talking about Lakeview being a long drive, but Brookings isn't too fun of a drive either.
No.
Like 2.5 hours.
No. And so they've made that long trip over here. You know that probably they wouldn't mind a measure of revenge here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Especially with the bus. It's kind of a windy road, so it's a bit harder with the bus.
Yeah.
Luckily, when we went for soccer, we went up in vans.
That's a little bit better.
But the weather up there is usually a little more chilly, though.
Yeah. And it can get windy.
Yeah. We had a rough game over there.
Double dribble the call against the Bruins. That'll be Challenger basketball. But it's kind of funny, too. I think mentally it kind of plays with you a little bit, too, because you're on that long trip and you guys are just kind of chatting, maybe listening to some tunes on the way over, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I think it takes a few minutes to get locked in again.
It definitely does, and Before our game over there, we had to watch a girls' soccer game. It was, I think, St. Mary's versus Brookings. So that we were kind of just sat there for a little bit, got my legs kind of tired.
Yeah.
And which meant we kind of didn't get a warm-up on the field very much. So we were kind of just running on, like, the dirt behind the field. So it was a bit harder.
First free throw attempt. Coates gets the Boston bounce. And she's got 12 in the ball game. Got another free throw attempt coming, and that's good.
Yeah, Emma and Izzy both having a pretty good game. Combined for like 28 right now.
4:38 to go in the third. Driving the other way is Pieper, who's back in the ball game. With the basketball, starting to drive is Bruce, loses the handle on it. There is Julia Brem, who's just checked into the ball game. Looking up the floor, Coates, Jones. Now they'll swing it to Brem. I like how the Challengers tried to get behind the defense there by the Bruins. They committed a lot of pressure up high.
Yeah.
Bruce making a move, kicks it out. Pieper driving against Arce. She's double teamed, but somehow she gets it to go. 40-19. Angelica. Skip pass over to Jones. Coates drives with the left hand, just a little too hard. Offensive rebound by Jones, and she scores. I didn't know if that thing was ever going to fall.
Bouncing around the rim.
Jordan with 6 in the ball game, 3:19 to go in the third. Adams with the basketball, guarded by Isabel McCauley. Adams drives, shot hard off the glass. And we'll have a foul called. Sawyer Adams. And now checking into the ball game, Sienna Wilcox. Brem with the basketball, makes a move, kicks it out. Challengers will swing it around the horn. Jones makes a move, glides to the hoop. I think she's locked in. 2:47 to go in the third. Challengers with a 25-point lead. Ball loose on the floor, last touched by Cascade.
We're talking about Cascade having a deep bench, and I think Sienna's one of those players that they kind of bring in to help out on defense.
Well, you know she's got some range, too.
Yeah, good shooter, pretty good at defense still. So
Pieper with the shot, in and out. There to collect it is Coates. Coates looking for Wilcox, but Bruce is there to break it up. Bruce with the drive, goes hard to the hole. And a turnover by the Bruins. Babb returns to the ball game. Morgan Samhammer checks in. Jones out of backcourt. Wilcox, bounce pass. Brem in the high post. Wilcox will fire. Her shot just a little bit long. Offensive rebound by McCauley. And she's fouled on the move. I know, being a short guy myself, I was always a little reluctant to try to go back up with it in tight like that. But my coaches say, hey, try to make a move there. They might foul you.
They always tell you, try to go back up, you'll get a foul, but I get it. I'm also short, so.
Free throw attempt by McCauley is good. She leads all scorers with 16 in the ball game. Well, there are a lot of good all-purpose players on this Challengers team. Because we talked about Jones being able to do a lot of things. Well, same way for Izzy. She can handle the ball. She can shoot the ball. She can rebound.
Yeah,
Pretty
she's
good
really an
defensive-
all-around player.
Yeah. Well, I think this team's got a good run in them this year. How far they'll go, because Amity up at the top looks tough.
Yeah, they played them in the Salem tournament at the beginning of January.
Well, I'm thinking that's probably one of the few times. One of the things I can say about this Challenger team, maybe they've taken some losses against a couple of teams, but the teams that beat them have been good teams.
Yeah.
And, unlike the old days, they're not getting blown out.
Yeah, and you can tell we're really a defensive-minded team. In league, out of the 4 games we played, we've only let one team over 20 points, and that was Lakeview Wednesday night.
So everything looking good for the Challengers. 46-19 your score. Timeout call. We will take one as well, and then we'll be right back here on Table Rock Sports.
The things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, what's that thing? Why is it so big? RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the Start Something New sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Stanfield was pretty good too, but I'm not sure if they're 3A.
All right, here at the Pavilion, Winter Sports Action brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Jeep Dodge Chrysler, where you can get great deals on the lot or at lithiasuperstore.com, and by Road Credit Union, with locations throughout Southern Oregon to serve you. Brem connects on the free throw attempt. She's got 3 in the game. Challengers lead 47-19. Well, you threw a stat out at me, Levi, during the break that tells us how fierce this Challenger defense is.
Yeah, I mean, they really haven't let their league opponents score too much. They only 14 against St. Mary's. Rogue River had 15 against them, and North Valley had 16. Lakeview was really the only team that could get something going against them, but they still only had 31 points.
That'll be interesting. You talk about the road effect, the effect that'll have on Brookings when they come over, on Lakeview when they come over here in a couple of weeks. By the way, I believe that's going to be senior night. Adams with the basketball, swings the pass, right side. Pieper on the drive, picks up her dribble. Has a little trouble with it. Wilcox there with it. She comes out of backcourt, races to the hoop. She lays it up and in. So everybody on the floor has scored. Sam Hammer, Brem, obviously Jones, McCauley, and Coppage. Driving to the hoop, and one. Hodges will go to the free throw line. And that'll go against Morgan Samhammer, her second personal foul of the ball game. Challengers with their first team foul with 14.8 left to go. Free throw attempt off to the left. Offensive rebound by the Bruins. Adams is there. 10 seconds left to go. Babb on the drive, tries to kick it out. There with the steal is Brem. Julie out of backcourt. Ran out of time, but that'll end the third quarter. And the Challengers lead 49-21. We'll take a timeout and be right back.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Stinking timeouts. Get ready for the fourth quarter of play. The Challengers in the driver's seat here. It'll be Bruin basketball. Grace McCauley in the ball game along with Emma Coates. They're going to try to race to the basketball. And it'll be Challenger ball. We have Coates in there along with Grace McCauley, May Ferreira, Kinley Davis. And Amelia Madden is also checked into the ball game. Davis tried to make a move, but she went up. Then she came down.
You were talking about the road effect when Lakeview has to come here, but there's probably also going to be a road effect when we have to go over to Brookings.
Oh, yeah. No, that's always a tough place to play. Well, you ever been inside that gymnasium?
No, I haven't.
It's like a pit. It's like the old MacArthur Court at the University of Oregon where you just feel like you're right on top of everything. So it's almost like you feel like you're playing in a hole or something.
We'll see how they play when they go over there then.
Davis. The good news is that the Challengers swept the series last year. But just because that happened last year doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
They'll have to come out of that bus ready to go and understanding that Brookings Harbor will have their community behind them. Bruce will kick it out. Pieper will shoot. She knocks it down.
They have a little road trip when they go to Brookings, though. The next day they got to play at Bandon.
Oh, boy. That is a road trip. Ferreira tries to feed it baseline for Madden. Goes out of bounds. McCauley getting ready to check into the ball game. Coates will come out. Grace will take care of the inbound. Davis trying to get position there. Izzy to Davis. She had the right idea, just couldn't get it to go. 6:49 left to go on the ball game. Challengers cruising along here. Monty Coley got a significant amount of his bench in the ball game, picking up experience and valuable minutes. Good defense there by Izzy. And a timeout called, 30-second timeout. And I think we're going to go ahead and keep it right here. Let's see Becca if maybe finally get a good shot of the cheerleaders at work. It always seems like they get going right after we're gone. And while they're getting out there, let's go ahead and let you know that before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Bros gives back to the communities they serve in support of kids and local efforts to help others. Dutch Bros. They didn't read my mind very well.
They did not. They didn't really do too much over there.
No. We'll have to do it on one of these 60-second timeouts sometime. Meanwhile, back to action here. 6:34 left to go in the ball game. Adams with the basketball. We'll go low post for Renault. There with the defense is Amelia Van Landingham. So for Vandy, that's her third personal foul of the ball game at the free throw line. Renault knocks one down. For Renault, she's got 3 in the ball game. A little short on the attempt there. Grace runs it down. They'll swing the pass. Ferrero will let fly from 3. Her shot rims off. Grace McCauley with the offensive rebound. Little miscommunication there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Bruce out of backcourt. Palmerin in the ball game. Gives up for Adams. Feed it down low. There's Hodges. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
You know, the conference is a little smaller this year. Do you know why they ended up changing it?
Well, you know, probably if you're the football program, you like it because you figure the last couple of years they never had any room for playing non-conference games.
Yeah.
And because there were no non-conference games and because our league wasn't really strong, it didn't give you an opportunity to go play against some teams that would maybe test you a little bit harder.
Yeah,
of course, I think the problem is our league is smaller, and you can see here it's like, you know, there are a couple good teams in the league, but, well, how do you say it any other way than there's everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little less tough without Coquille and Sutherland because this year they're actually doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, then you talk about Coquille. Coquille, one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah.
That would have been a good matchup to watch. Watching the challengers against Coquille.
We do go on the road to Sutherland in a few weeks, though.
That'll be good for them.
Yeah. We played them here at the beginning of the season. We got a 11-point win, so that was a tough game, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know that they're going to fight you. I remember, you know, living up in that area for a while several years ago, and Sutherland has always had a tough girls basketball program.
Yeah.
Arce with the basketball, picks up her dribble. Jones will have to chase it down. 5:29 to go. Jones goes inside, looking for Madden. Pass a little high, ends up out of bounds.
But yeah, with football, South Umpqua, I don't think was in the league this year. Who's one of the tougher opponents that they'd face in league.
Yeah. Yeah, they were a little bit down from where they've been, but they still put together a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Of course, you think about it, for Cascade Christian, it was a little bit of a rebuilding year this year.
It was. We lost a few pretty quality seniors last year, so. Jack Nips.
Ashton Moody,
yeah.
Christopher Freilich.
Chris Freilich. Kellen Klecker.
Madden will come out of the ball game, and now we have Sam Hammer entering the challenger lineup. 5:10 left to go. 49-28, make that 49-29. 5:06 left to go. Ferreira with the basketball. They'll swing it around the horn. Arce, skip pass to Ferreira. Arce has a look. Her shot just a little bit short. She'll chase it down, gets her own rebound. Angelica to Jones. Sam Hammer. Challengers just afford to be patient here. 19 on the shot clock. Ferreira will shoot. Her shot a little bit long, but there is Arce with it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Bruins basketball. Thinking about the shot clock, Levi, it reminds me of how much the game has changed since I played it. No shot clock for us. No three-point line.
No three-point line?
No, and no alternating possession. So if it was a jump ball, it was a jump ball.
Honestly, I like the jump ball like that better.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should do. And it's like the two players who were tied up, right?
Yeah.
Have to jump? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Yeah. Of course, that depends upon who the matchup is. If you're 5'7" and you're taking on a dude 6'3", it feels a little bit differently as Morgan Samhammer hits for 2.
But even just a few years ago, there wasn't a shot clock. They just added that
Right.
recently. So.
Well, and now they do the deal, of course, where they reset the team fouls at the quarter instead of the half.
Yeah.
Don't spend as much time at the free throw line.
It changes the game a lot, though, because
yeah,
once you got to a certain lead, you could really just hold the ball on your side of the court for a while. But now with the shot clock, you kind of got to get a shot off.
Back in the day, Harrisburg, sometimes they would hold the ball 2 minutes before a shot would go up.
That's crazy.
The year that the Challengers won the 2009 championship, Scotty Morse was playing on that team. And they played Harrisburg in like the first round. The game ended up 31-29, thankfully, Cascade. But
that's crazy. Holding it 2 minutes, I mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of a boring game.
Yeah. But, of course, for Harrisburg, they were so overmanned, this was their way of trying to keep themselves in the game. And if you get a team that's not quite ready for that, because now you have to make sure you value your possessions. Morgan Samhammer coming alive here in the fourth. 53-31. Samhammer was 6 in the ball game. 2:51 left to go in the ball game. No, I was mad about that three-point line because, that would have probably added 2 points to my scoring average in high school if we'd had one, because that was all where my game was. This shorty ain't going to be driving the trees, I'll tell you that. Bryn Coppage from 3.
Pretty good day for the sophomores.
Yeah. And a steal by Coppage. Coppage working around a backcourt, drives hard to the hole, lays it up with the left hand, can't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds as Ferrero was trying to fight for the rebound. Julia Brem will return as Amelia Van Landingham comes out of the lineup. I still think she's probably still trying to get her sea legs after missing so much time due to injury.
Yeah, I think she got hurt in one of the last few soccer games of the season.
Bryn Coppage. She's got 10 in the game off the challenger bench. The feed to Pieper. She scores.
Going back to the shot clock thing, coaches probably run up the score a little more than they'd like.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. Coppage, that shot a little bit long. Samhammer tips it out. Brem to Ferreira. Wilcox will drive. She glides to the hole. A little too much mustard on the shot. 1:27 left to go. Hodges will shoot. The perimeter jumper. Rebound taken by Coppage. Go up floor. Samhammer. Her shot a little bit short. I think she'll look at that a little bit later and say, I probably should have got that up just a little sooner. You know how it goes? It's like when you're trying to shoot a shot in soccer and you want to get it just right, and maybe you wait just a split second too long.
Yeah.
Lets the goalie set up on you.
Usually I pass the ball. I don't really take too many shots.
Well, your strikers appreciate it.
Yeah.
Adams misses the shot. Samhammer with the weak side rebound. Up the floor, pass broken up by Sawyer Adams. 40 seconds left to go in the contest. Whistle stopping play. That'll go against Sienna Wilcox. That'll be her first personal foul of the ball game.
Even though we didn't win state in football this year, I feel like our sports have been a little more even. Like, I think everyone's been pretty good this year.
Yeah. No question about that. And it's nice to see here at school a good turnout for a lot of our teams and not just a couple of different sports.
Yeah. Like girls soccer, they made playoffs.
Yeah.
Both boys and girls basketball most likely will make playoffs. Football, of course, made playoffs.
Tell you, we got some good things happening with our swim program, too. Miles Anderson's tearing it up.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's in my grade, so.
All right, well, that'll end the ball game, and the Cascade Christian Challengers remain undefeated in league play. Your final score on the contest, it is the Cascade Christian Challengers 59 and the Brookings Harbor Bruins 35. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a quick wrap-up brought to you by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show. That'll come up in 2 minutes here on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
All right, back here at the pavilion, the boys are trying to put on a little bit of a dunking exhibition. Game's a little bit more below the rim these days, although Farmer can throw down. And we got a couple other guys, right conditions, they can do it.
Yeah, Alvarez is pretty close.
Jim McCoy here along with Levi Ennis, and our post-game show brought to you by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign. This campaign endeavoring to change the culture of youth sports for the better. And, of course, learn about your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play by visiting travelmedford.org. In the ball game, Izzy McCauley and Emma Coates got it going early, but we saw a lot of nice contributions off the Challenger bench tonight.
Yeah, Bryn Coppage, I think she had 10 points. She played pretty well. I think Morgan, Sam Himmer either had 6 or 7. Pretty good off the bench for the Cascade Christian Challengers.
Well, I think anytime you have like that, then this is where you've got a quality team. And, we talked about all the seniors that are on this Challenger squad, that maybe they got some promising talent waiting in the wings to step up next year.
Yeah, I think they do. And as you said, they kind of have a deep bench this year. And they all kind of contribute in their own way.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap up things here. Got to get things ready for the boys' game. But the Challenger girls run their league record to 5-0 and their overall record to 13-4. I'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast. I'd like to thank Cascade Christian Athletic Director Nate Maben for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net and today's broadcast. Stick around. We've got the boys' game coming up here in a little bit. Again, the final score, Cascade Christian 59, Brookings Harbor 35. This has been a presentation of TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett with Levi Ennis and our camera operator, Becca Maracle. I'm Jim McCoy saying thanks for watching and good night from Cascade Christian High School in Medford, Oregon.